on Pretzel Beats. So we'll you know what Pim and I are gonna do is the whole game we're gonna go like like the whole time just to give you guys some ambiance. In between our commentary, we'll be doing that. We'll trade off. So that's the plan. Let me do one more thing. Flip my camera horizontally so I'm oriented the correct way. Open up betting here and we'll break down the list. So first off, on the left side, we've got 5 straight boosts who are at a prime position here to move on to the conference finals, semifinals, championship series. There's all these different things you can call it, aka a heartbeat away from the final championship series. If they win one more game, they'll advance to the round just before the championship series. So moving on up, if they can win tonight, they will do so. So that is System Air representing his team of 5 straight boosts and the Resistance. And on the right side, we've got my man Andre Paris, captain of the Firebirds, trying to keep his team alive. I gotta be honest. I picked the Firebirds Pim despite my bias, just knowing their draft stock to have done a lot better during the regular season. They still made the playoffs, but it's just kind of goes to show just how difficult and how skilled the league is. You know, nothing is for certain. So.
Yeah, for sure. And they had a pretty tough division too. I mean, Order 66 and Wolfpack were both very good. They were in the same conference as 5 straight, obviously, and us and Foxes and everyone. They had a real tough go of it in the regular season. They still ended up making the playoffs, which was great for them. But obviously, I think Andre's probably a little let down by where they ended up, but they seem to be having fun at least, which is a good.
That's good. Thing. Fun is good. Yeah, I mean, so they're headlined by Ollie and Kess and Tony and Joel. It's that those names. I mean, we've all heard those names, especially the draft league. Those are some big names, some esteemed good players. So, yeah, it's just they're here, and there's still a chance, small chance. They're trying their best. We'll see what happens, but either way, I just want to say ultimately TLDR, which is not going to sound like a TLDR, but that I am proud of Andre. I think he was great captain material. I'm glad he got the chance to be a captain, and obviously I traded away the farm, or I traded for the farm rather. Traded for the farm to get him the draft picks that he needed to make the playoffs, and he made the playoffs. I'm proud of him. He did a good job, and his team. So I'm proud of everybody, you know. Man, why?
I think this season showed that this is a really competitive league that, you know, it's hard to beat the level of competition we have here.
Yeah, and I guess I'll be back because I made a dare. It's like if the Firebirds win if they win their first round of the playoffs, I'll come join the league again.
You'll be back.
And I will be back.
But
the cat came back the very next day. My gosh, it's so quiet. I just want to get music playing.
You get the high part, right?
View player. Here we go. All right, I was able to log in online. We gotta go to the Duel of the Heroes from Revenge of the Sith, which is honestly my personal favorite over Duel of the Fates, which nobody ever says, because why would it be your personal favorite over
I
Duel
think
of
people
Fates?
say. I've heard that. No, I've heard
Duel of the Heroes is pretty freaking awesome.
I just like the choir in Duel of the Fates. Very nice.
Oh god, that's loud.
Ooh, big 9 for Colfax on that Mediterranean food. Nice. Get yourself a Euro, as it were.
Oh yeah, there we go. So there's some music, guys. I'm gonna turn it way down. Let me know if you can still hear that. I also missed some subs.
Spotify Wrap going on? Did you get your Spotify Wrap today, Nick?
No, dude. I think my Spotify Wrapped is going to be heavily skewed towards movie composers again, because I spend a lot of my work days listening to movie scores.
Fair.
So
I
GSP
don't
subscribed.
use-
I would never. I would never ignore a GSP sub. If it seemed like that, I was just keeping you on your toes. Thank you so much, Dio. Who else? I missed another. I think I missed JW4 Joe. What's up? Thank you for the sub. Cold Hard Facts. Thank you so much. I miss you, dude. It was good seeing you here in Chicago. 31 months. My God. It got dicey when Gordon Ramsay walked in. Yeah. Dude, this is about to get raw. Everything you are about to see is about to be served raw and unfiltered. Oh God, Dion triggered emoji. Dion, let's do the what's the name of the emote with the charging cavalry that I made? What was that called? The knight with the knight? Yeah, the joust. Oh yeah, the joust emote. Yeah. Oh man, fond memories, dude. Dion is if anybody knows anybody who's looking who makes short films or movies or needs somebody of the pedigree of Dion Morales to do some composing, please float his name out there. We're all trying to help him get some projects under his belt for film composition. And we've all heard Dion's music. The dude knows how to play some music. He knows how to stream, and he knows how to compose. I don't know anything else about him. Those are the only two things. So they have officially started, so I will start time. We're playing Scramble the Transmissions. The scenario on the screen is correct, actually. I forgot to change it.
Oh, full year of Noah.
And Sniper, a 1-year-old.
That's something I'd wish on anybody.
Thank you,
Sorry,
Noah. Noah did a good job at 312 Crew Baseball recently.
There you go.
What's up? What's up, Will?
Hello there.
Man, I feel when I stream, I always get excited streaming Draft League games, Tim, because I feel like there's almost like a little bit of an entourage that comes and watches games when I stream Draft League games. When I just stream like a List Chaos game, I'll be damned, you know?
Yeah.
It's not as
Draft
just
League, you
less
got
to
some
watch.
stakes to it. Some people see like List Chaos are like, well, there's no stakes. Who cares?
Yeah, but there are
I'm saying you gotta offer more meat. For your
some
viewers.
of those List Chaos games are ridiculous though, like in the best possible ways. So
absolutely.
We're gonna gain those disarms to do the booster ring, or what do we call it? What are we calling these?
Slammy boys.
Yeah, the Slammy boys.
Intercept booster.
The intercept booster. Where there they are.
I'm not sure I love what Dirge is doing right now. Oh, the decloak will help him. I'll say I don't love the Dirge movement right now. He's in an odd way where he's almost committed to that lane, but I guess with the decloak he can get out of that a little bit. Can he decloak left? Is there enough room? Yeah, there's enough room. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll just zoom back in. It's close, but I bet you he can do it. We have to go back with it, but he can do it.
All right, I am going to quickly listen to the stream mix to see how loud the music is.
Sure. Zori with a turret to the front seems like maybe a mistake on Miguel's side.
Also, you guys should be able to hear the music better now.
Choice of moving them. Interesting choice for Miguel, moving them both and then taking actions with them both.
You want to do the list really quick before we get this engagement in? I just realized we've been doing a lot of talking about all these random things. I've been distracted. So which list would you like to take?
That's the draft. Right. Nick. We don't talk about the game.
You notice I'm wearing a Havoc shirt. This is for you, Crispy. This is for you, Crispy.
Yeah, Fairweather fan over there.
I'm a Fairweather fan too. They didn't have a great season this year. I'm wearing a Havoc shirt, bro.
You only bought it after they won 3 in a row. That's all I'm saying. So you're like a Bulls fan from '96. Really easy to be a Bulls fan, man.
Okay, I don't like basketball that much. So screw you, man.
It's because you're.
I'm just waiting for Shohei Ohtani, bro. I might in the middle of the week, like I will get blitzed if they somehow actually sign Shohei Ohtani, dude.
There's no way.
I refuse to believe it's possible.
I do too. I don't think it's happening.
They keep being named as like a finalist.
Well, I can't wait to see the White Sox like trade away all their good players.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's a poverty franchise.
Any young, good-looking player, trade him. Get him out of there.
You know that I guess that's what NJO and the White Sox have in common, both poverty franchises.
I didn't trade anybody. I didn't trade anybody, Nick, this season. I didn't make any trades.
Yeah, well, we know who did make a lot of trades. The Rada Wanderers, am I right?
Yeah, they kept trading things to my. They kept trading people to my enemies, our opponents. But also, I want to address. I think Billy said earlier that that 5 straight boosts were underdogs. I don't think so, because I remember when during the draft, a lot of captains were annoyed every time Greg announced a pick for 5 straight boosts. I think a lot of the players in that team were like were pretty high on draft boards that just didn't go in the first 2 rounds, and then all of a sudden they went fast in the third.
Yeah. I
know I personally had like Miguel on my draft board. I had Mark on my draft board. Brandon Edwards, he was on my team last year. Great player, great guy. I mean, Billy obviously has done well. Phenom's done very well. Or was it Billy or Phenom who ended up at the top of the leaderboard? I can't remember which one it was. I think they're both pretty high. You do
point DL for Draft League, which has that links you to the spreadsheet, the master document.
I'm not doing that. Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Well, it's like I ain't reading that.
Yeah,
but I'm happy for you. Or sorry that happened.
Or sad that happened.
Right, round 2 coming up.
List. Which list do you want to do?
I'll take Andre, since he was a former Tinder god.
Sure. I will read System Error's list and try not to judge it too much, but here we go. We've got Elo Atsy in the T65 X-Wing with Heroic, Predator, and Ferrosphere Paint, a fairly defensive build. A little bit of offensive potential there. Thank you, Sandy. I appreciate the stats on Billy and Phenom. I can't remember who was higher on that one. But next we got Zori with Dorsal Turret, R4, Wartime, and Plasma Torpedoes. As far as I'm concerned, she's a standard loadout. That's all you see. Anyways, going next, we've got Snap with Marksmanship, Ferrosphere, and M9G8, which is weird in a list that already has a bunch of passive mods. Just give more, I guess. Or get, he doesn't need rerolls, I guess. Anyways, Wilson Tesla is the next ship. That is the I4 Y-Wing, Resistance Y-Wing. Wilson's got Dorsal Turret, Barrage Rockets, Bomb Generator, and Wartime Loadout. Wilson's ability is if it is non-existent, but does say after you perform an attack, if the defender was dealt a face-up damage card, the defender gains 1 string token unless it chooses 1 non-recurring energy from one of its equipped upgrades and loses that energy.
Yeah, well, breathe, bro. Chill out, bro.
Peak. I don't know who designed it. I'm pretty sure it's a Max Brooks design, who also designed Zam. And I'm quite a fan. I'm quite a fan of Max's designs.
I remember when I used to test
They can't
Zam.
really, they're very verbose. They're always very verbose abilities where it's like, oh, please, there has to be a simpler way to state this. Anyways, Tezanaz is the last ship in this. That's another Y-Wing pilot. And an ability I like a lot that I haven't messed around with enough in 2.5 since she's also... He? Can't remember. I think he, because I always think she and I'm wrong. But same person as T-77.
Either way, you're a misogynist. I just want you to know. Or a sexist, I guess.
Whatever. Okay, they're former Imperial. I don't respect them. While a friendly ship at range 0 to D performs an attack, if the defender has a ship friendly to the attacker in each of its side arcs, the attacker may reroll 1 attack die. So if you flanked a ship, you get to give out rerolls to friends. Pretty good ability. And they've got Sat Salvo, Barrage Rockets, Dorsal Turret, and Time. So we saw Snap locked Teza. So that's who has M9 for the rerolls here. Anyways, we'll go over to the CIS side. Nicholas,
do you think DFS is gonna survive that joust?
I think if you get the side flank on this list, I think he's fine being a 2-point sacrifice play. You know what I mean?
He is just accepting fate over there. It's so funny. All right, leading off for the Firebirds here, we've got a Fire Spray, and I Fire Spray at that with Zam Wessel with some bullshit conditions I don't even remember. Got Notorious. We've got Savage Oppress, Contraband Cybernetics, the Slave One Separatist title, and Boba Gunner allows you to believe that you can change blanks and eyeballs. I can't remember exactly.
If the target of your attack is the only ship in your attack arc,
eyeball to hit,
you can change a eyeball result to a hit result. It's very niche. Not a little harder in 2.5 where there's a lot of ships on the board. But still has its uses, especially with that back arc.
Yeah, for sure. As Andre is getting the flank now with the Aflac prototype, so I'll try to be quick here. We've got Dirge with marksmanship, proton cannons. We've got Xandu blood and proton bombs. And then we've got some Flak Arfak prototypes. I like to call them Aflac prototypes with fire control system, Discord missiles, independent calculations, and the interceptor booster ring, which allows him to slam. He has 3 opportunities to do that before he loses it.
And he's turned it down already, so there's no more slamming.
And you can also ditch it as well, yeah. And then lastly, DFS 081, about to be fodder for some T70s at the top, or at least one T70. We got a Y-Wing up there too, with energy shell charges, independent calcs, and those struts. Like you said, 2 points, not a big loss. Clear everything up. You guys can see how things are progressing here in round 2 as Dirge is jousting, but lining up bullseye on those Y-Wings.
If he's at range 1 of both of those Y-Wings, I think he's happy. Oh, he's going to boost. Yeah, I think that's even better. Yeah, you can't sat sell by that. There's no barrage. You're getting 2 range 1 dorsal shots, which isn't great, but you should probably have either Elo or Zori. I think the worst thing for Dirge right now is if Elo and Zori bank in and they don't go for DFS, Dirge is in a real bad spot real fast.
Yep, even with his ability, you can just overkill him.
Yeah, he could go down real quick here. He needs...
Hey, Tessa's a female.
To focus on.
Tessa is a female. Yeah. Huh. He's sexist.
Yeah, I knew they were former Imperial. I knew that. Wilsa's also a female, and she's like a red, like ant looking. I don't know. She's kind of like tree like. I don't know. She's got a weird vibe going on. I don't know what her species is, but she's got a weird vibe. You know, vibes are bad.
I'm all about the weird vibes. You know.
All right, well, vibes are good then for you, I guess. I'm not,
vibes are.
I'm not gonna shame.
I honestly am a little disappointed in you. You haven't slandered me or dragged me at all, and we've been streaming for 26 minutes already.
It'll happen.
Okay. I'm worried about your health.
Wait for the right time, you know.
Okay. Good. As long. Oh, and there is the turn in.
Not great, Bob.
Uh-oh. And taking that target lock. Priming a plasma torpedo, and then we'll get a focus here that will proc the red focus from Zori Bliss.
So the good news, if you're Dirge, and there's not much, but the good news is you won't be initiative killed, and you will have a bullseye shot onto Elo, I believe, which seems like as good a time as any to proton cannon. Really not bad.
Is there ever a bad time to proton cannon?
No.
Oh, we loved proton cannon. Here, we proton cannon.
Maybe against Grievous, I don't know. If you don't want crits, you know what I mean?
The shot is into Elo Asti, that's the call. So Dirge.
This is the one I would choose. Elo is an endgame piece. Take him off as soon as you can. You get a free crit. That's probably as best you could hope for.
Yeah, you didn't have to spend. Exactly. Yep. And dead to rights.
That's all going through.
Nope. Dead to rights.
Yeah. Negative, my friend.
So Andre and his New Zealand exhibit. Sorry, man. It's going dead to rights.
Yeah, you can't do that. I'm sorry.
Sorry. Can't use green token there for defeats. Honestly, I feel like I kind of sound like Andre. That wasn't like the worst possible impression.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was better than mine. That's for sure.
So all the shields.
3 dice in Zori. Woo! Rolling hot from the flak.
Not into Zori. This is into.
Oh yes, in Wilsa. I'm so used to there only being 1 Y-wing in these resistance lists.
So 3 shields down on our wartime loadout of the 5,000 shields that Wilsa has.
Yeah, it's only 5. They burn quick.
Yeah. Well, the Y-wings need all the help they can get.
Only 1 too many die. Decline the penalty. Decline.
Can you guys do that in this? Is that a thing?
Yes.
That's cool.
If you roll, he's doing it. He's declining. He is declining the penalty.
Dude, that ship drives me nuts when they like roll into natties. I'm like, oh! All right, so 1 more shield down on Wilsa. Tom Hanks would yell, Wilsa! In the movie Castaway. Zam downtown into Wilsa.
I think you're doing like Flintstones. I was thinking Flintstones.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Was more of a Fred
Well,
Flintstone.
Yeah,
I
it's
feel
fun that
like
force.
a good double feature, Pim, would be Castaway into Captain Phillips. They were just like both like
Both
seafaring
oceanic
vibes,
times.
very oceanic,
Yeah,
disastrous
true.
oceanic related movies.
Alternatively, you could do Captain Phillips into what's the name of the movie with when he's Captain Sully? Flight?
Sully. It's just called Sully.
Sully's just Sully.
It's just called
Flight was the
Sully, I
Denzel
think.
Washington one.
Yeah, Clint Eastwood's
Using Captain
Sully.
Phillips into Captain Sully, a double Captain Tom Hanks feature.
I watched The Holdovers the other day with Paul Giamatti. Super good.
I love
Strongly
Paul Giamatti.
recommend. He's awesome. It's a
Have you
great
seen
movie.
Love and Mercy?
I have not. Is he in that movie?
Yeah, it's the Brian Wilson biopic where it's
This is a
half of it is
plasma torch
him,
from
like,
Zori.
yeah, no one cares.
Who cares? I know.
This is gonna go in. That'll be 2 shields at the very best for Dirge, and it'll be 2 shields and the damage for Dirge. Hold on, Dirge. Hold on. What was I saying? Yes, Love and Mercy, great biopic about Brian Wilson. Ooh, no shot for Elo. Ooh, Dirge likes that. Paul Giamatti plays Brian Wilson, the lead singer or lead songwriter for the Beach Boys. A creative genius by most accounts. He plays the quack psychiatrist that weasels into Brian Wilson's life and takes control of it in that film. And does a great job. He's very evil in that film.
Evil Paul Giamatti.
Brian,
I watched a little bit of Billions, that show that he is in.
Yeah.
He's pretty intense in that movie and that show as well. This is a range one shot into Dirge here from which one? This is Temin.
From Staff.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Now spend focus, take hit crit.
You just hope those are both direct hits.
Okay. It's fine. It's fine.
So he knows at least he's getting rid of 1 damage on one hull.
Bad thing is with 2 I4s, you're gonna get to basically you get 2 shots to kill him, 1 shot to proc the ability, and then 1 shot to actually
one
kill.
shot to rule them all here.
Kind of feel like I would have shot with. That doesn't really matter. Same amount of damage.
Yeah, same.
Either one.
Same number of dice here.
Yeah, Will said it's a reroll with M9G8. And I think, or Tezza gets a reroll. Wilson will also get a reroll with Tez's ability. It takes 2. Hoping for all directs. Show me all of the directs. Here we go.
Currently dead, but maybe not.
Oh,
hey! You get to what else does he get to discard?
Pilot, right? 2 directs.
Yeah, there's a stun pilot in there, so he's gonna be on 2 hull.
2 health.
Yeah, there you go.
That is. Ooh, you got to clench. This is a clench shot right now.
Yeah, there's a small chance he survives.
I think 2 to 3 is about average of regenning. I remember there was a chart going around for a while. I just can't remember what it was. You can see Miguel and Andre both reading Tez's ability, trying to figure out if that does indeed proc here, which it does. But again, it's one of those abilities that's very verbose, and you're like, there has to be a simpler way to state this.
There's got to be another way.
Yeah, you gotta, we can clean this up somehow, right?
Ooh.
Okay. There's a Tezza reroll happening. Yep.
Well, shake it up, system error.
With that.
People are weird on.
Hoping for natties. That's not natties. That's dead Dirge.
Did he? I'm confused. Did he roll that die? He rolled 3 dice and got 1 hit and 1 eye, and then he rolled 1. Oh, and then he got a hit. Cool.
Yeah, he got
it. Bye, Dirge.
It's all smart. Yeah, not ideal there for Andre. The good news is kind of don't hate Andre's position for next turn, though. You lost a ship, which isn't ideal, but I don't know how fast. Zori can come in and hit Zam pretty hard. I think Zam should too hard to the left next turn, as much as I don't love getting behind or putting everyone behind you. I think she should try to delay Zori getting to her. This is a energy shell. Ooh, heroic.
No
heroic on Snap?
No heroic. Well, sorry, mate. No heroic there.
Yeah. So 1-0 on 1-0 on objectives, but 4 points for Dirge.
So 4-1, I guess. Yeah, that's what I have as on my end.
Does that too hard land on a rock? No, I'm not as good with medium bases, so I will believe you. But I kind of looks like it fits to me.
You want Zam to have that tail going out to the left?
I think so. Here's my problem with Zam right now. I'm kind of thinking about Andre's position. I'm pretty sure that too hard fits. Oh, condition flips. No one shot Zam. That means Zam gets a double tap. Going into Wilsa.
Wilsa!
Oh, wishing you had a focus. Yeah, that rock isn't an arc. That too hard won't hit it. That rock's not in Zam's arc. Zam should be fine to too hard here.
That little lip, I think.
Maybe that's the problem. Yeah, it's close.
It's just a weird angle for the rock.
Maybe 2 bank, 1 bank. So here's my fear, and this is why I'm saying you should do that way with Zam, because I think Snap, someone comes and blocks you if you go like towards the middle, either the Y-wings or Snap or whatever.
Yeah, there's a lot of ships coming towards you.
Zori's about to 2 bank, Elo can 3 bank, and you've got the plasma. You got a plasma into Zam, you've got a whole bunch of shots into Zam, and it's gonna go south quick.
Yeah.
I think now you just gotta try to get out and shoot the back. The base issue, 1 bank boost is good. Okay, if you say so. Again, I don't have as much experience with medium bases.
Well, open up the medium base textbook, man.
I know. I got better things to do, you know.
So just a heads up, everybody. We're just gonna keep the sub goals that we've had for the last couple of in-person streams, just running all the way through until we hit our sub goal, or as long as we haven't hit it, we'll be running this. So everything below. Crossroads card set, a full set of Crossroads objective tokens with felt on the other side, some merch, some metal objective tokens, and then the official painted or alt paint job for Plo Koon, including the cardboard, which features the dial and all that good stuff. Thanks all for your continued support.
Miguel's in a really good spot this turn. Again, if depending on what Zam does here, this is a huge turn for Andre. If Zam banks out, boosts out, you can really start using that tail gun and start forcing the resistance to chase you a little bit as these flags get the side or get onto your flank here. But if Andre goes in or is a little, doesn't try to go out with Zam, he tries to choose aggression, I think things may go pretty far south pretty quick for the Firebirds. This is a must-win scenario for them.
Absolutely. Literally must win.
Yeah, stay alive. They gotta win.
Just posting our latest podcast episode.
No, it's the official one that was like the convention exclusive a couple years ago.
All right, episode 7 of the 312 Squadron podcast is posted on all major podcast platforms. I'm gonna just copy and paste the Spotify link into our Twitch chat here for those who want to listen to it later. We had Steven Weiland on, who plays Republic for Team USA.
Team USA. I think Barrow will calculate here, right? He's too far to claim that. Am I crazy? No way. He's close enough to that. Oh, I'm not a believer. He's got it.
That's wild.
Yeah, I like that move. Yeah, I gotta keep pressure on objective-wise.
How is that in? That's insane. Okay.
It's tight. It's very tight.
Tabletop simulator throws me off, man.
Yeah, I was thinking the roll calc too. No, I was right there. roll calc and take a shot, but I think he's probably 3 banking away. You just get behind him next turn.
Right.
2.5 bases. Yeah, fair enough. That's true.
Here they come.
Probably Snap didn't try to go a little faster and get that range 1 on Zam, but
Just so much pressure on Andre this round.
yeah, it basically comes down to did he turn away or did he turn in? Oh, does Zam or does Zori have range for the lock? She might not. I mean, she's got to go for the lock.
Let's see if we're wrong again. Are we checking? We are checking.
I didn't say shit. I'm just asking.
No, barely in. This did, yeah. Got it by a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, you're really hoping she turned out. Or Zam turns out here. If you're Andre. I'm surprised we didn't see the 2 bank out of Zori and only the 1 bank. I was expecting the 2 bank just because it's a little faster. Guarantees that lock range. But this seems like a great boost in to calculate for.
Oh yeah.
These what are their action bars? It's boost calc. It's roll evade. Yeah, boost calc.
That's probably range 1 as well.
I think you're going after Elo though. I think Elo is the target here. He's got shields down. If it were me, he's the target I'm going after here. Another boost calc. I like this. I like being cautious with these 3 health tri-fighters.
Yeah. They can certainly pop
These
pretty quickly.
Yeah. Alright, Zam. Big mood. You know what? Oh, there it is. You got to boost out of there and not get... try to avoid that plasma if you can. You may still get it, but it's range 3 obstructed. Or just obstructed, and range doesn't matter. But really good moves this turn on Andre's part. He's going to have an unobstructed shot into Wilsa, who you've already taken almost all shields down on.
Yeah, Wilsa is shields down.
Yep.
So 4
and then you'll
whole
have
left.
at least maybe 2 shots into Elo here. I'm not quite sure where.
Discord missile.
If Green have a shot. Oh, he's got it. Yeah. I think you shoot. I think you put it on the back of Elo. Choose the kill. Wrong shit.
Sorry, Mike.
If you delete it, there he goes. He got it. Last safe position. Hit attach. There you go. You got it. I think I put it in the back so they can't shoot it. If I'm honest.
Yeah. I would.
Oh no, you can shoot with the dorsal turret. You can shoot with the dorsal turret on Tezza. I think it was a misclip there, Phenom. He tried to click the tried to get the buzz droids and hit the wrong button. But I would put it in the back. You may be out of range too if you do that.
It's all right. He didn't do it on purpose.
We all make mistakes. You're gonna have 2 dorsal shots to kill these buzz droids, so you're just hoping that those don't make it. But not a bad time to try that. Yeah, no shot for the plasma, so it's gonna be a range 3 primary shot out of Zori. I'm still confused as to why she didn't rotate her turret to the side or something.
Just out to, yeah. Yeah, it is facing forward is a little strange, so.
I think probably just forgot during setup and then just hasn't. That's a turn 1 change, I guess, but just didn't think about it till now. 1 hit.
I see a squiggle.
Plenty of squiggles.
Plenty. Maybe make it easier. You can't shoot anything. You just shoot range 0 with the buzz droid. So
yeah, that's why I like putting them in the back now.
Yeah,
just to try to prevent those range 0 shots.
Bye.
That's a dead buzz droid. Jesus.
Yeah. Now you have an unmodded shot from red, which I don't know. Just
yeah.
If it makes Andre feel any better, the dorsal probably would have killed it anyways because they had no other shot. That was Tezza's. Tezza would have been able to do that as well, or Wilsa, either of them.
Yeah, that was the only bad thing about launching this turn is you get it onto Elo, but then you've got 2 ships who can't shoot anything else anyways, who can just shoot it. But 3 on 2, see if you can pinch a little more damage through. Pinch, punch, either or.
Punch across.
Yeah, we should have that.
Not very good.
Not so bueno. You got the focus. Spend the focus.
All right, shooting into Zori, who also has wartime loadout.
Zori, but yeah, also has 1,000 health.
So much.
I think, yeah, calculate. No one else is shooting you.
Yep. Hit crit.
Not bad. She's got a focus. Spends the focus.
Yeah, is there something I'm missing with like setting the dice facings? Is that like a disproven thing?
I think it's a superstition. The way TTS dice works is it randomly picks a vector and a strength. So I don't believe setting them does anything.
Yeah, it's like when people used to tell me there were specific reasons why they use the dice app. It was like super sus. I was like, like,
no, that actually is true. The dice app is more random than real life. That's too many dice again. Decline the penalty.
Hit.
Direct would do it.
Crit. A fuel leak.
Like, effectively.
Just 1 damage away from getting just 4 points back.
I don't think you're taking any, like, just snap of a shot. Oh, got a dorsal shot. Snap should probably have Zam.
Ooh, hit crit.
Pretty good.
Some casual natties.
Take the crit. Oh, well, not good. Not good. Not good.
Uh-oh, Bob.
Not ideal. Three on 4. Good. I mean, decent offensive round for the Resistance. Just not many things to shoot at.
That's true.
They had a lot of hot reds. Hey, even more.
More paint.
Yeah, a bunch of paint. Not much to shoot at. Take a shield, but you get the Notorious. You get your 2 charges back, or 1 charge in a target lock. How does this work? 1 charge, and you get a lock. Yeah. Yep. This is the one you kind of have to pick now, just because it's it should have happened already.
For us, they're paint, so no. Sam want to be stressed.
What
would you have done next turn if you were to, with an open dial, you're Andre?
I don't know if I hate the stress here. Maybe I do. I don't know. I don't know what Zam does. This is why I'm not a good fire spray player. I'll self-admit to that one.
All right.
I'm not a good player.
Round 4 coming up. It's 5-3 in favor of the 5 straight boosts. But Andre, in the objective game and 1 away from getting 4 points of Wilsa, is right there knocking on the door. So we'll see what unfolds here. Turn 4. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Andre doing what he needs to do to stay in this game, keeping those objectives.
Hope you guys have enjoyed the in-person X-Wing we've been able to stream. We are the Store Champ stream. No one has streamed as many Store Champs as we have.
That you know of. I need a fact check.
I would be surprised. We've done so many. Because most people just stream their own Store Champ. Like,
yeah, but
who's traveling
no one's fact checking
across state lines.
But it's the Midwest. Those state lines are so close together.
It's still a drive. I stand by my statement. Yeah. We've streamed the most Store Champ related events.
Snopes on that one. Someone give me a Snopes on that one. On that claim.
The streaming X-Wing in person is exhausting. It's a lot of work.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. You got to sit down. You got to press buttons on a computer. Real hard.
You got to come in, run 80,000 cables. It feels like.
I mean, like turning a big crank. That's hard work.
The setup.
Buttons on a screen. I don't know.
No, it becomes easier once you can sit down, but the setup is paired out as difficult.
Right. You got to put a table up. You got to put things on a table. Plug a cord in at one end, plug it on the other end.
If you think that's what the setup is like, I really want you to take all the stuff that we use and and I'm just gonna give it to you and be like, figure it out, and I just want to watch you.
I used to do. I did AV setup in college.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
For like big events and stuff. Yeah, it wasn't cool. It was one of the worst jobs I've ever worked.
That's cool.
I'm honest.
That's great.
It was terrible.
Were you treated like
Was
shit?
that and like setting up? Yeah. Oh yeah.
Of course, you're an AV.
I was working for the conference services department for one summer of my college of Georgia Tech, and that included like setting up big meeting rooms, setting up like AV and like
so you're like IT. My IT department does that.
It was like everything. It was like
yeah.
It ranged from like we have to get this conference room, ready and put a bunch of tables up, and like chairs and everything, to we need to get like ready for like the whatever group is doing like a big end of session presentation, so we have to put all these chairs in the auditorium and set up the speaker system and set up the projectors and like
bunking beds.
Oh my god, yeah, and we had to bunk.
You're being
beds.
reminded of all the stuff you had to do. Yeah,
we had to bunk so many beds of like those, I'm talking about those stupid college beds where
yeah, I remember those fondly.
We had to do that so often. It was like X camp is coming to use this dorm for like the next 2 weeks. They need all the beds bunked. 2 weeks later, okay, this camp's coming in. They want them not bunked, and just rinse repeat the entire summer. Like hundreds of there were just days. But that's all we did. Oh my god, terrible job.
Chat was what was your most or least fond job that you've had?
What's your least fond job, Nick? 312 streamer? GSP editor?
I make it certainly, dude. If this were my source of income, I would be so screwed.
Screwed, yeah.
Oh my god! Like even if I streamed X-Wing 6-7 times a week.
I mean, even Scott didn't make quite enough to make it a living. Like it was supplementary for him still,
Yeah, well, yeah, no, it's even if you make partner, you're not making any more money. It's really kind of wild. Yeah. It's I guess if you think about it, like
every day.
This isn't like a hit to some of my favorite streamers who just stream for an income. But if you think about it, like doing something where 50% of your income is taken away and then you still pay taxes on it, just like doing that voluntarily as a full-time job just blows my mind. Why anybody would be willing to do that.
It makes sense in certain regards, and if you can carve a niche, it works, right? Like,
but you need a niche while also having a massive, consistent income supplying audience. Exactly. Who's like gifting thousands of subs every month or whatever, because that's really what you need after you lose 50% of it to Amazon and then 35% of it to taxes, right?
Yeah,
it's just really fascinating.
Technically, you only lose 17.5% of taxes.
Really?
But,
I've definitely had to pay more, but
I
guess you can write stuff off. 50% to Amazon.
Yeah, but then it's 35% of what you make goes to taxes, which is only half of the original, right? So it's not like, because what you described, you'd only get 15%, which isn't accurate. You know what I'm saying?
No, I was saying there's two stages. The money comes in, Amazon takes half, the money goes to you. Then
but you're not differentiating well. And I think you need to do that.
I think I was differentiating. That's why I said it's two different cases.
I think all of your viewers deserve this kind of differentiation.
All 30 viewers.
Yeah, and I think you're just not really.
I am very lucky to have even 29, 30 people watching right now. I mean, it's like so many people stream all the time with nobody.
You're lucky to have 2 people watching. Truly.
Yeah, well, it's how I feel about myself. So I constantly amaze myself. I'm like, wow, people still want to listen to this. How about that?
Shit.
How about that, man? Yeah, my least favorite job I've had even the retail jobs. I worked for Lego. I worked at ArcLight. I worked at a really cool movie theater. Like even the retail jobs were really cool during college. So I was lucky enough to have like at least like interesting retail jobs, despite them still being draining. I mean, my least favorite job was the one that I had just before the one I have now, which was also doing like video and graphic animation related stuff. It was very toxic, and I was getting paid like below minimum wage for a while, and then minimum wage, and having to go in an office 5 days a week, which I know a lot of people still have to do, but it was something that like it was just very draining, and my boss was very, very mean. So working in the creative field, there's one, if you're lucky enough to even get a job, I mean, props to you, but then you don't make really any money and then you get abused in a lot of cases. So I'm lucky that the situation I'm in now, being a video producer for my company, I work with really good people who appreciate me and know like value me.
Yeah.
Which is good.
I feel on that. I think if I switched industries into the same jobs, I'd probably make more money than I do pretty fast. But I like what I do a lot.
Yeah, that's ultimately, I mean, sustainability is important. So you want to make just enough money where you don't have that you can pay the bills, but ultimately you want to do something that you enjoy. That's what makes it sustainable.
Yeah, I really want to do something that's creatively stimulating for me. You know what I mean? Of like, and I'm sure again, you're in a creative industry. It's the same way of like you want to do something where you're not. It's not the same boring things every day. You have to solve problems. You have to you get to flex your brain a little bit, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I get to use my degree. I get to do things that not everybody could do. Because
you went to college?
You wouldn't guess by the way I talk. Certainly come off as a total grade A dumbass.
Yeah, I'm
dude, frickin' magna cum laude. I miss summa cum laude, just barely.
Well, yeah, anything with Covenant, I imagine you were pretty big into.
It's on brand considering the Tinder gods thing, so I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
Listen, you said I didn't roast you enough.
It's true.
Here's what I would do if I was Zori.
I'm not disappointed. I'm not complaining. I was just saying.
Here's what I would do if I was Zori.
What would you do? Let's talk about X-Wing just for a moment.
I think he's doing it. He's going to rotate and he's going to copy the focus. Yep, there it is. That was about what I was about to say. Like, you rotate and you copy the focus. Don't focus. This is your turn to rotate. Ooh, a little Talon roll action. Self bump.
Oh, that's well, really not gonna get that focus. Zori,
would not be good.
How's Zori gonna get that focus?
Yeah, this actually is really big for Andre. This could be a. If this plasma whiffs, which it may not, but launching a Discord once again, can you hit Elo?
I think so. A 3 bang?
A little close.
Yeah.
He's doing it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, you got it. This one I would definitely.
You got it.
This one has to go back here. Can't fit on the front.
Is the question? Is that range 2 of the dorsal?
That is the question. I think it's range 2 of Tez's dorsal. But you're not gonna get you get one reroll on it. It'd be 2 dice on one.
I think this could be a pretty damn good turn for Andre here. Andre the Giant.
Yeah, he needs you need Elo to go down and you need to not lose.
All right, here comes a flak range 1. A little oh Jesus! 2 hits, 2 crits.
Structurally damn. Oh no, this is into Wilsa?
This is into Elo.
Oh yeah, 4 dice obviously. Yeah.
Elo, I think Elo just eviscerates. See you later, Elo. Correct. That's 4 points.
Yeah, just overkill. Definitely dead. Panic.
At the disco.
And then this should go into Wilsa here, right? Downtown shot. You got to kill that Y-Wing.
Yeah, I mean, you're 1 hole. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Yeah,
do it. What are you doing, Andre? Don't do it.
Zori,
he's like,
let's see, this turn.
Like, take downtown shoulder. Take it to.
Yeah, you got to kill that Y-Wing. Into
Wilson? Yeah, probably will kill him.
He's hovering.
There it is. Pinging Wilsa. Sorry, Mike.
That was a huge shot by that structurally damaged try. It does make that Discord kind of useless, but it's okay.
Oh, that is a dead Y-Wing. Wow, a lot of points here. Just 8 points for Andre all of a sudden.
Yeah.
In a matter of a minute.
Wilsa trying to survive. Doesn't matter.
Andre takes the lead. Up to 11 points now.
And he's going to get 2 objectives at the end of the turn. Man, it's really too bad. I mean,
deletion upon deletion here.
If you're Miguel right now, there's a really hard choice you have to make between shooting Zam. Do you have the firepower to kill Zam at this point?
No.
Or do you just shoot that Tri-Fighter, the structurally damaged one?
You've got a couple of Y-Wings, one facing the wrong way.
They got Barrage. Oh, yeah. Tesla's got Barrage, but they've got to turn around.
Yeah. Zam's going to be going the other way, so it's going to be hard to catch up.
No, just leaves at 1. Yeah, probably safe. I think if I'm Zori, I shoot that Tri-Fighter here.
Exactly 1 evade.
It's 3 on 2. You don't have any mods. Ugh.
Elo still gets to shoot though.
He's got bullseye on both. Surprised you're not shooting the Zori first with the plasma. But...
range 1
Yep.
into green Aflac.
The Aflac could pop. Hit crit, could do it. Oh, Predator. And shake it up, why not? Sure.
Oh, the shake up didn't work.
Shake it up. Ooh, 2 evades, 2 paint, that's what you needed. Well, 1 squiggle and a paint is what you needed, but... who's counting?
Says the guy that was just like quoting numerically like what he needed.
I don't think I did that.
You did. Excuse me.
That doesn't sound like me. That doesn't sound
Andre,
like
he has a family. Sorry, mate. Sorry if I'm killing your family.
Jesus. Yeah, I think this is the right call.
He always watches these back. He's gonna definitely have something to say about my impression of him. I love you, Andre. Just having some fun. But I do think I sound like you. I think it's a decent impression.
A lack of mods there hurts, but I think Zori has to shoot that Tri-Fighter. You gotta try to get it off the table. You don't have a whole lot of...
Another family on the Barbie. Jesus, Scoot. Scoot.
Directed by Greta Gerwig? No rerolls available.
He's going to jail for a very long time. Oh yeah, he's going to have one for him. Well, he's going to jail for a long time after this type of massacre.
I don't think it's a massacre. I think it's a close game.
It just feels like a massacre. He's scored 8 points in ship points alone. He's about to get 10 points this round, dude.
This is just a really good turn for him. But,
yeah.
I mean, he's got these Tri-Fighters again, can just pop if he's not careful. I don't think this game's over for you.
No, it's not. I wasn't saying it was over. It's just Bloodbath and Beyond. Get your coupons out. It's Bloodbath and Beyond here.
You're so negative, you know? You're so negative.
I'm so negative.
Why do you live, you know?
Why do I live? Wow, I'm being bullied by Pim,
folks. Why? How? How do you live, you know?
Why do I live?
You're so negative all the time.
Why do I live? I don't know.
said how, not why. Why are you misquoting me now?
One goes through.
Who is rolling this? The Tri-Fighter? Yeah, one goes through.
Onto green.
Onto green. Yeah, 2 health each. Oh, get a little pot shot into Snappy Boy.
Bloodbath and Beyond. Isn't that a good one, Scoot? It's one of my favorites. Bloodbath and Beyond.
Bloodbath and Beyond, not bad. Not bad. Who'd you take that one from? It's pretty good.
No, I came up with it. I mean, at least I thought I did. I didn't hear it from anybody. I just kind of said it once.
That's impressive.
You're like, bullshit. You're not capable of being funny. So yeah, Andre gets up to, what is this, 13 points after scramble points are counted? So 6 to 13.
13 points.
Yeah, that's a margin. It's a bit of a margin for sure. In the middle point, that is system errors, is he can be easily captured this turn. So I actually don't see a way. Maybe I think you can have Tezza. I have to keep looking over at the overlay to remind myself of the name. You could have Tezza be the one to scramble at the bottom, but I'm not sure if a bank gets you close enough because that rock is in the way. I think a 1 bank, you might still hit the rock. Yeah, you just eat it because you have so many shields, right?
I think you you just 3 bank over it or something. Just, who cares? It's not ideal, but also, like, you know, you have enough health, no one can really punish you this turn for it. I mean, those Tri-Fighters have to get really close for that.
I'm bigger now, folks. I'm bigger.
I think Snap 4Ks.
Oh, Snap. Oh, yeah, it's not bad. I mean, I don't know what else you'd really...
The 2 bank...
Your win condition
is
not... I think you have to, Pim, because if you're going to let 2 scramble points go, it's Andre's game for sure. You got to at least be facing a second one.
Yeah, you got to turn around. I was thinking you could try to 2 bank and boost around, but I think 2 bank... you can still use his ability for free if you land on the cloud. It's not a terrible idea. You 2 bank, you get clouded, whatever. As long as you don't get ionized. Ooh, I guess that's the issue. You would roll, but then you could use his ability afterwards. think maybe you can use his ability first. I don't know how that works. That's the timing on that always throws me off, but it's after you fully execute a maneuver. I just don't know if that means after you roll for obstacle effects or not.
Dude, I'm excited to bring Boba Fett to a store champ.
Yeah,
I'm
it's because
hyped.
you. Is it because your name is Boba Fett?
My name is Boba Fett.
Also New Zealandish, or a New Zealander, right?
He is,
New
yeah.
Zealandish.
He's a good dude. I like him. People should leave him
fun,
alone.
yeah.
He was never an A-list actor, so people got to fuck off with
No, I think
talking shit
I
about
don't
him.
think he did. I don't think.
Yeah,
he did
it wasn't.
a bad job
I didn't
with Boba Fett
cringe
either.
like watching him perform.
No, I mean he clearly like.
He's actually
He
about
clearly
as
was-
good as Joaquin Phoenix and Napoleon.
I actually think he was pretty good in that role as Boba Fett. I just think the writing wasn't superb. I don't think the
Yeah.
problem with the show was him in the slightest. You know?
Well, you could tell that the show was a stopgap show. It wasn't actually. They didn't even take it seriously. Versus like an Andor, where it's like they take itself
gave
very
up,
seriously.
Like, halfway through.
Yeah.
I actually thought that like the backstory stuff with the Tuscans was kind of cool.
Yeah, and
just
then they gave
halfway
up.
through,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Mandalorian. Yeah, like
Yeah.
here you go. Whatever, no one cares. Yeah, I think you have to claim with Tezza here. You have to turn around with Snap, and you have to do something with Zori, which I think just one bank towards Zam. I don't know what you do with Zori. She's in a weird spot. I think if you're Andre, you keep the pressure on and you just claim that center. Either five
Yep.
straight the Vulture
Yeah.
and claim it, or get it with one of
He
the
doesn't
tribes.
even have to really go for system error ships anymore. If he wants to just try to be cagey, I mean, it still has a lot of time on the clock. So, but he gets 2 more
I'm
points.
always a
That gets him
little
to 15.
cautious. I'm always a little cautious of like letting off the gas on X-Wing games and just in general. I feel like you know,
It depends.
too
The
often-
threshold of winning, right?
Yeah.
At 13 points, it's a little low. If Andre right now were at 15 though, I would just play it cagey, because that
Like I
gets
said,
you
I'm
to
always worried
17, and then it takes another turn for system error to capture a second points. That will get you to 19,
Mhm.
and the top one won't be. It's not capturable for system error. So I'm not saying that I like that way of playing, but I found it
Yeah, I
easier
mean,
to win
it's-
games
yeah.
because I have other ways when I'm already ahead to just kind of just secure a victory, especially
I
with
just
like
always find-
salvage and scramble.
I just always find letting off the gas just lets them like it just gives your opponent too much time to catch back up, and you got to keep the pressure on so they have to choose between
Yeah.
either like
It is a case by case though, right? Because in this case, you look at where system error ships are and what ships he has left, and the fact that 2 of them are Y-wings with dorsal turrets, and it's very different than if you're going up against Jedi and stuff
For
that
sure.
can be
Yeah, for
squiggle,
sure.
very very squirrely,
these
fast.
can't come back quite as well.
Yeah.
If you didn't have to claim that objective with Tezza, I almost would have 5K'd there with her and just get ready
Mhm.
for next turn to barrage. Is this one is this is not the structured damage one. I think you just double calculate here. It's probably fine.
So Snap doesn't have the reroll anymore, or
He
actually
never had it.
he never had it. It's always for
gives
somebody
one.
else. Yeah.
Yeah, he gives one.
Yeah.
The other rule he would get would be if you had the flanking bonus with Tezza's ability, which I don't think Tezza's in the side arc right now. I think Tezza's only in the front arc, so you're not going to get that flank bonus. Unless Zori somehow ends up on the other side of that Tri-Fighter, which I don't think she can. She has like one hard boost or something, which she cannot do.
Oh boy. Okay. Boosting
closer.
and linking to, is it a calculate that they have? Yeah, boosting.
Yeah, barrel roll, evade. I guess he was worried about that fitting.
Yeah. Well, next turn, you just 2 hards and claims, so.
Yeah.
Or 3 hard,
take it
either
back.
one.
I think I would roll here and then evade. Get a little cloud coverage, maybe block Zori.
Just gonna sit there.
Yeah,
Double calc.
Double calc. You got 2 health. Probably okay. But you're also comfortable enough in the lead right now that you can afford to lose one of these. You can't afford to lose 2, but you can afford to lose 1. Just to focus.
Yeah, that's
So where are you going?
even if you got 5 shields, range 1 from fire spray. Okay. Gonna just sit there and
I would
accept a
barrel roll.
range 1. Yeah, yeah, I was gonna say they can barrel roll.
Barrel to the left.
You
and
have to
side
barrel
arc
roll, dude.
track. That'll rotate the turret, but I think that's bad.
Oh, I mean, you're
barrel.
just accepting damage, a ton of damage.
Yeah,
Now that's a lot of damage.
roll.
Black steel tape can't fix that.
slap. That's a lot of damage. Yeah.
There you
Use
go.
that base as an advantage. Hide in the side arc and shoot the side and shoot the fire.
You can do it. You can find the words. There you go.
Yeah, it took me a while. I'm a little slow. I found it. I don't know why. Maybe this is a long-term effect of COVID, but I have found it out like in the past half year, like past 6 months, I've found it harder and harder to find words. Where I'll just kind of like stutter and like stall. You know what I mean?
Dude, I mean,
And I feel
I
bad,
get
yeah.
so good. I can't imagine having long COVID or, having to experience the long-term effects of having COVID in the past and living
Yeah.
in the Midwest right now when it gets really cold. I get seasonal
Oh, I
affective
know.
disorder. I'm lucky to not
Yeah.
have had COVID before, and I still struggle right now. I just don't even, I can't imagine. Hull breach there on Temin.
Not ideal, but he's not getting shot again this turn. He's a little
He
safe.
just took a shit ton of damage, dude.
He
Yeah,
took
that was
3. Yeah.
yeah.
He's definitely in a danger of dying next turn. I don't think I have long COVID. Like, I don't think it's that. Going into the structure damage Tri-Fighter, trying to clear
I
it.
think if you have long COVID because you have trouble breathing. Like there are like
Yeah.
serious physical effects.
I haven't had that many like that many negative side effects of it. But I do like I said, I just I do think like maybe I had some, I don't know, because I know it can damage. I know it could damage some like. I know it could damage your brain a little bit too, like as a side effect of COVID. You
Well,
know, because
why-
you're not
what, is
getting
shooting at
proper.
red?
Yeah, you're trying to clear it because you have the structural damage.
Yeah, but the other one has a damage cards too. It's like, to me, it's one has
it's
cloud
3 on 3
coverage
as opposed to 4
and
on- yeah, you shoot the one in front of you, 4 on more.
yeah,
dice,
for
just,
sure. I mean, 2 hits, yeah.
Marksmanship.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
no
doing
way.
it. I'm just worried there's
Interesting.
like long term. I'm just worried there's long term like memory damage. That's what I'm scared about. But I don't know.
For those
Scary
who are
thing,
going to
COVID.
use that as a soundbite, he is not referring to the vaccine. He's referring to having COVID itself.
That is true. I got the vaccine as early as I could, which because my parents worked for Delta, they got it. Delta is like a company bought a bunch of stuff and like was giving it to employees and family of employees.
That's awesome.
So I got mine a little bit sooner than they could in Georgia, which was nice. But
You still get to fly for free, basically, right? Or
I
get
do.
some sort of, yeah.
yeah, that's why I try to travel for X-Wing events. I haven't this year. Except
You're not
for
going to
Worlds,
Vegas,
but-
are you?
No, I'm doing Sith Acres in Manchester, England in
Nice.
February.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm doing February. February is STO, then it's Worlds in March. So I couldn't swing LVO this year, but
You got your invite, didn't you?
no.
What?
I got in 2 seconds at Store Champ at consecutive
That's-
weekends. at
I
Store
know somebody
Champs.
who's gotten like finished second like 4 times, dude.
There's between 2 and 3 more in the Central Florida-ish area. I say ish because there's one in Jacksonville I may drive up to. But the next one in Orlando is on December the 16th, and I'm gonna have family down. It's too close to Christmas. I can't make it work. But
Yeah, that is really
it's a bummer.
close.
That was a bummer in timing. I know they were going back and forth, and they were trying to get like the 11th, but I think the store was an issue or something.
I'm glad we got to get ours done in November. That we don't have to
Yeah.
worry about a December event. We've done our
December's a
duty.
little
We've
bit
done
close.
two official store champs now. So
Nice. December's a little close, unfortunately, for holiday travel and everything.
yeah,
I can't
I'm
quite swing
going
that,
back to
but-
California on the 17th. I'm gonna be there
Are
for
ya?
a while. Yeah.
How long you staying? 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
Just about 10 days till I leave on the 27th. So usually 9 or 10 days is like perfect. It starts to really feel the length, but the holidays being in the middle of it
I
does
agree.
help. But I just get a little bored, like I bring my computer and
Oh,
play
for
with my
sure.
brother, but my brother has like a lot going on all the time now. So I'm just kind of bored. My parents are
Last
busy.
year we did. Last year, Rachel's mother rented a beach house in St. Simon Island, which is one of the Barrier Islands of Georgia. We did that for I think 4 or 5 days, something like that. And then went up to Atlanta afterwards. But it ended up being like a 2-week trip.
Wow.
And I was very done by the time it ended.
Yeah, that's a
it was
long
too
time.
much.
Also, I have cats, right? So like thankfully
we do
Manny
too.
helps take care of my pets, but like that's a long time to ask somebody to come over and feed your
I
animals.
know.
It's a
Well,
really
we
long
were doing
time.
that with one of our friends.
I
down
pay
here
him
with them,
still,
and
but I
so-
still feel bad.
Yeah.
Like, what did you say?
He
Sorry,
does
you
the
brought your
same-
animals with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. We bring our dog with us, but Same team on the cat with Nora. We had a friend do it. We had a friend do it until like it just became too much after a while. Like we just felt bad asking, even though we were, she wasn't like telling us we were too much, but
Yeah.
we felt bad, and we ended up hiring like a through one of like the pet sitter apps. I can't remember which one it was. Rover. Right, just
Yeah,
like
Rover. Yeah,
pet sitter.
I hired like a professional, whatever, quote unquote professional, like
Yeah.
dog pet sitter to do the holidays last year. It was like $30 a day though, and it was just like paying somebody
I
$30
know,
to just
yeah,
feed
it's
them wet
fast.
food
That's the
and
only
like
bad
empty
thing.
their litter box. Is like, God. That's
Yeah.
why you have good
Well-
friends who are, willing to take a little bit of a discount. It's like, you don't have to pay premium rates for people who, I mean, thankfully he lives like half a mile away from me or 3/4 of a mile. He's pretty close.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. We usually only, especially now, we're only going about a week at a time. So we usually just clean the litter box before we go, and then
Yeah.
it's not. She doesn't make it too messy before we come back. But you've got 2 cats, right?
Lipo, thanks for the resub. 11 months, almost a year. I have 2, yeah.
You've got-
Maya and
Yeah,
Cleo.
yeah. So you've got twice the usage of your litter box that I do.
Yeah, it just reminds me I'm gonna empty it before I leave after the stream.
How often do you empty it?
Usually like if I'm on a routine, it's like every 2 or 3 days. They don't fill it up that fast, but yeah, 2 or 3
Yeah,
times a
fair.
week.
It's one of those things that the more you do it, the easier it is. It's just one of those
Yeah.
things of actually getting that routine, like you said. Just
I was pretty close to just buying one of those automatic ones, but I
don't think
use
they're that good.
well, they have a lot of problems. They need way too much
Yeah.
maintenance, and
Yeah.
I use an enclosure for their litter box, which acts as like a
Mhm.
table that I put stuff on top of. I would
okay.
lose that surface area. I put the Alexa on
Yeah.
there. I put the air purifier, and I
Yeah,
put the
fair.
Charlie Brown Christmas tree up there too. I just set that up.
Oh, very nice, very
Yeah.
nice. We just got our Christmas decorations down today. Start decorating soon.
Yeah, man, the end of this month has taken way too long to get through.
Oh, I disagree. This has been too short of a month for me, anyways.
Well, it went by
Well, does it-
fast, and I still feel like, wow, we're still in November. We're still in November. We're still in November. Like,
Yeah.
December is gonna go by like a breeze, though.
Oh, it always does with the holidays and everything going on. Like I think we've got stuff planned like every weekend from now until Christmas at this point of like family visiting or friends
Yeah,
or something.
you're gonna be
like that.
exhausted.
Yeah, always am. I felt so bad this year because I've been so down on like I don't want to decorate too much because we're not going to be even here for so much of it. We're going to be gone. Like
Mhm.
I'm just getting
So-
to that zone where I'm tired of traveling for Christmas all the time. But I don't want to say no because that means we're not seeing family and friends, and I
Yeah.
obviously want to do that.
Where are you going?
Atlanta. It's where we always go because all of Rachel's family's in Atlanta, and then my immediate family is there, and that's where most of
Yeah.
our friends.
I mean, at least they're all in like same place or same area.
Yeah. Yep. My I'm not close to my extended family. We never really have been, but my parents are in the south side of Atlanta. Rachel's mom is in the north side of Atlanta, and most of her family's there too. And then my older sister is in Indiana, and Rachel's older brother is in Boston. But other than that, we're all pretty close in Atlanta.
Yeah.
So we just have to drive up there, which isn't a bad drive. It's like 7.5 hours.
Yeah, that's just long
including
enough.
stops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna scramble again, which we all kind of saw that coming.
Yep. You're just putting the pressure on, keeping the pressure on. Why did not come see your family in Indiana?
God, dude, it's Indiana,
I
man.
need to get back.
Move to a better place, my guy.
I need to get back to Indiana. I need to see my grandma. I haven't seen her in about a year now.
Oh, you're being
my
serious. I thought he was talking about. I thought he was talking about himself. I didn't know you had family in
He is.
Indiana.
No, he is. He is. I need to go visit her. She's the only extended family I'm really close to is my grandma. I'll see where Scoot is and go from there. Because you're in southern. You're in what?
I mean, I would go to Indiana to see Will.
Where'd you, Scoot? Well, did you move to Missouri, right? Am I mistaken on that?
No, he still lives in Indiana.
Does he?
Yeah.
Dox yourself. Where you at?
He moved from
Where your
Minnesota
address?
to Indianapolis, I think.
When was that?
That was like, gosh, that was a year ago, over a year ago, almost 2 years ago. Year and a half.
Dox yourself, Will. Where do you live? Where do I need to go visit you?
I was just waiting for the chat to update.
I know.
Hi, Josh.
Hi, Josh.
Josh, you drove in a big run in the 3-1-2 crew baseball game recently. It's like I think it was the game tying. You tied the game It was a good big hit, and you weren't even there.
My grandmother's only about
Yeah, you said
an hour
Indianapolis.
outside of Indianapolis. Yeah, so next time I'm up there, well, I'll give you a call. I don't know the next time I'll be there is, but next time I'm there, I'll give you a call.
I do have a little creature here.
Meaningless shot into this Y-wing that's very healthy. I guess
You
not
should
meaningless,
trade.
it's
I
still
will.
cool.
Why does everyone want to be traded from a team that's like 11 games over 500? No, 21 games over 500. Sorry. Nick, what AT-AT is that with the lights? That is the Ultimate Collector Series. AT-AT.
Yes, that's the $7 million AT.
850 now, apparently. I had
Oof.
forgotten Lego had raised their prices by like 15,
Yeah, they
20%. It's rough, dude.
Yeah.
Like, of all, I honestly frustrated with that because I thought that was very unnecessary, but they're like, oh, it's a part of our
Really
climate
bizarre.
promise. It's like, climate promise? You're charging $800 for Star Wars sets, man. Like, it should be enough.
They need to start using those paper bags for sets for like putting the pieces in and everything. Oh my gosh, no shot for Snap. That's close.
Yeah, it's Lego. It looks like a model from the movies because I will say it's worth the money in terms of design because they're very well designed.
Oh yeah.
Tough to.
I love the fact you have to like move the legs with the key. Like it's that like sturdy.
There it is, more in focus.
2 damage. 2 hits. Rolling against 3 unmodded
It is
dice.
Josh.
What
Yeah,
happens?
it's the AT-AT is named Josh because Josh did donate the money for the light kit.
Nice. Just 1 damage going in.
Sorry, I missed a couple of damage. Who's taking damage?
1 damage on the not structurally damaged Affleck.
Affleck. Got it.
And then 3 shields on Zori from Zam. And Zam took nothing, shockingly.
Oh, complete whiff there
No,
from
no, that
Doofus.
Tell my wife.
Now it's up to 17, so looking pretty decent here. Oh, up to 18 rather. He's
Zam
clean.
condition.
He sweeps the
Yeah,
objectives this turn.
that's the problem with the
It's going to be
resistance right now.
that is probably game because Zam is going to be there to gatekeep Tevin from being
The
around.
resistance is just doing a really good job. Or the CIS is just blocking the resistance out of objectives right now.
Just thank you, Josh. This is
Yeah.
for you. This heart is for you.
So Snap could 3 bank and boost and get that top one. And then maybe Zori can too hard to the middle, but like you can't get the bottom one for the rest of the game.
You're scrambling for your Zam is just gonna kill Snap if he uses his action.
Yeah.
So. Is it worth risking it? Yes, because you have no other choice.
It's
just what you gotta do. Yeah, you gotta do it.
Yeah, at this point the game's over. I think they're just filling it out as a formality, but
Josh, you were gonna play and then you didn't play, and you judged. Really appreciate you doing that though.
man, how he buys your light kit? You don't even let him play? Oof, so mean.
He offered to judge. He's like, I mean,
Oh, that's fair. That's what I did for the first event, first store champ here in Orlando. I ended up judging because the our usual judge and TO wanted to play for once, and I was like, yeah, I can judge. That's fine. I can help out. Give him a chance to win an invite. But
how are your? I assume you guys don't have any problems getting enough players for the invite.
we were struggling for 1 or 2. We've kind of had to ask people and beg and be like, hey, can you make it? I know one I was basically begged to make it because I wasn't planning on it, and then last minute the TO was like, can you make it? We really need we're at like 14. So I ended up going to that one, but that's one of the ones I finished second at, which I should be more proud of than I am. It just sucks when, you know what I mean? It's just one of those things where like I should be happy with second place, but because the invites for first, it's like, oh my god, I missed it. You know? But I think I have store credit at that store. I need to go use that. But
So I'm pretty fortunate because our store can only, the store I won mine at can only have 16 and no more, and we did carry 16 through that day.
Yeah.
So like when you don't have any room to go over, the risk of dropping below that threshold is the highest it could possibly be.
Mm-hmm. Our first one was 24 some odd, and I think around there, in Orlando. Then our second one ended up being 17. Ooh, overlap does have to roll for damage.
In Keeper, I will be there. Andrew Kuba will be there. I think Greg and Andrew Block or
Oh yeah,
Buddha will be
Greg's got
there.
it booked.
Yeah, Justin Williamson,
Other one.
J-Man will be
Yeah.
there. I'm sharing a room with J-Man.
Nice.
Friday, yeah, same. I haven't booked the ticket for the Heat yet, but I will probably do that in a week or so.
I am worried that this next one that we're having here is not gonna hit the threshold because it's so close to the holidays. But trying to get 16 on the week.
It does feel like a waste in a sense, right? Because like you are using the kit, even though.
Well, I still think the 16 threshold's a weird like, who cares kind of thing on that part of like.
I think if it's close, I don't like the argument of like, well, I had 8 people in mine, and versus someone who won theirs at a 24 player 5 or 6.
I don't really care. Honest to God, who cares if you've already allocated the invite. You know what I mean? Like they already sold the invite. They already know a person's coming. Like
I think it's weird that it's so hard at like Gen Con or a national event to get an invite when versus if you did win an 8-person local store champ. Like why would you even grind to get an invite at a national event?
I don't know. My mentality.
I see both sides of it. I see both sides of it. I think there should be a threshold where it's acceptable and that's below 16, but I do disagree with it being like just a couple people and you getting a world's invite.
No matter what number it is, it's arbitrary, right?
You guys are gonna hate it when I say this because it's gonna sound very pretentious, and I don't. And I whatever. Most of exactly, but the idea of worlds, this is, and you probably will agree with at least this part of it, not necessarily the spirit of it, but the idea of worlds invites is that you're playing with the best people. That's the spirit, or maybe the idea of why worlds exist, is that all the people who have worlds invites are the top players, top tier competition. That's what it's supposed to be like. Yeah. So I guess when you award invites to tiny events, like really small events, that isn't really being fulfilled. Like it's just a schmo. No offense.
Well, it's theoretically, it's the best at that store, right?
Yeah, best of the people who showed up, and that's ultimately what it was for me with a 60-player event. I got lucky, and that's the way it is with bigger events or whatever.
If the region, here's my take on it. If the region is only that'd be 3 shields off of Zam there. No more shields for Zam. Zam soundly does not care.
Yeah.
Because no one else is shooting her.
Playing a card.
Maybe you're able to shoot back. You could kill Zori here just for shits and giggles, but if it's the double tap one, yeah, Notorious and then spend 2.
I also think that I think AMG they've said they've oversold, right? So I guess they're not worried about filling seats with the amount of worlds invites that have been awarded already. So
yeah,
if they needed to fill seats, then they wouldn't care.
The weird, I just want to point out the weird angles on here make it so Zam's shot is range 1, but Zori's shot was range 2. Just weird angle on that one. But yeah, I mean that's a thing too about like it's the best in the region. If the region's only like 8 people, that store, they're still the best of the store, right? I don't care if it's an 8-person thing.
And you can't fault the players for people not showing up either. So yeah, I guess
mean,
it's a double-edged sword for me. Like I sound like an asshole, but I feel like I can see both sides of it.
I understand trying to make it so there's some kind of threshold, but then it just becomes such a challenge too for people who are like, because I've seen it around where it's like, it's a negative feedback loop, you know, of like, oh, store doesn't have 17 or 16 people signed up, I'm not going to sign up and go.
Oh, dude, that's what happened at Dragonfall. It was like such a dope event, and nobody showed up for it, and we were streaming it and everything. That really legitimately pissed me off. The amount of people who said I'm not going because there's not enough people signed up is literally the amount of people that I had to deal with that did that to me.
Yeah.
Like,
Dead Snap puts Andre well over the threshold. Yeah. You know? But it just becomes a negative feedback loop of like, no one's there, I'm not going to go because it's not going to be official. And then it's like, okay, no one else signs up, I'm not going to go. It just, and it just feeds that. But anyways, to Sevelo's point, I don't know what the LCQ is going to look like this year. I am curious to find out because last year they ended up pushing like,
it'll be obviously smaller.
60. They ended up pushing like 60 through last year. I can't imagine they're going to do that again, but
no, it'll be a much smaller size of people because it was just so hard to get a Worlds invite for the last Worlds. It just
depends. Well, they were also honoring ones from like year before though, so I don't know.
Yeah.
It all depends on how many people actually show up, right? Like, let's say they sold 160 kits just for the sake of argument. You know, are you going to get like 80% of those people show up to Worlds, or 75%? Is it is it 50%? Who knows? I do think the biggest issue with Worlds as it exists is it should cycle around the world. Like, you should take it to different places each year. You know, I think that'd be fun.
I honestly also think that if we're gonna do right outside of Chicago, we should just do it. It would just be so cool to just do it at like McCormick Place, like in the city. It would be such a cool experience for people than going to an area where they think it's going to be cool, and then it's just a concrete jungle gym of hotels and Woodfield Mall and nothing else. Like, I don't know. It's just,
But I think mix it around, you know, that way.
I agree.
Because like LCQ will always and Worlds will always favor people who are local, at least even nationally, right? Because like a flight for me to get to Chicago or for like Orlando to Chicago is like $300, but then if you're coming from like Australia, it's $1,300. You know?
Yeah.
Just move it around. It'd be fun, and plus it gives people an excuse to go visit cool places like Europe or something.
Back to the game. Congratulations to Andre, the Firebirds, captain of the Firebirds. He will keep his team alive in this race here. He's now got to win 3 straight games. Every game his team plays now, they must win to avoid getting knocked out of the playoffs.